This is the River's Edge Hotel. This is their kind of entrance parking circle. Parking is over there. There's a parking lot, and most of their events, well, I should say pretty much all of their events, occur at this Aqua Riva restaurant. So be it weddings or corporate events, parties, social things like that. Vendor parking is actually valet parking. There is no charge for that. When you first come up before the event, you can pull up in this circle here and park momentarily to unload, and then they will valet. And then, so coming into the restaurant, the event space is actually upstairs. There's also a space outside, which I'll show you in a second. So come through the restaurant. These stairs go up to the event space. But let me show you, in case your equipment is a bit too heavy and you would prefer to use a cart, there is an elevator at the end of this hall down there, right in front of us. So you can use that elevator to access the reception area upstairs, or the event space. We'll go up these stairs right now. So there's actually 3 rooms upstairs that they can rent out separately, but generally they all open up into one big space. So this might get a little noisy because there's a guy up here cleaning the carpet, but this is the event space here. So here we go. And this is only for, in the case of weddings, for receptions. Thank you. Thank you. So this is the space here, which can also include this space back here as well. So the maximum capacity in here is 130 people. Usually the setup is that the tables are at that far end so that you're overlooking the river. The DJ, generally they say, is set up. You see a power source there and a power source there. Usually they say that they set up the DJ in this corner, kind of just behind this little support beam. And then the dance floor, but they'd be kind of angled out because the dance floor would then be right here in the middle of the room. Or they say a second option that they've done is where you see that little nook where the wall that breaks down is kind of hidden. You can also, they've put the DJ there as well, and you can see there's a power source to the left. One other option that they said people have done when they want to use this whole front space for tables, they have also put the DJ in here, which doesn't seem ideal, but they said that they've put the DJ in this back corner here. So I believe there must be power outlets back there. I can't access or see them right now, but that's where they said they would set the DJ up. And then obviously in that case you would need to have both of these doors open and have speakers set up at these doors so that you can then, they said that then people would be dancing in this first little section, but that's not what they recommend or ideally usually have. So moving from this indoor event space, you also have this little outdoor space, and they say that this is often, when it's weather permitting, used for cocktail hour. So in the case of our services, we would ideally put a speaker out here, and they said that what they usually do, you can see they have cafe lights, and those are usually plugged into this power source. So so that we're not plugged into the same power source as the light, what they usually do is they'll string a power source, use an extension cord, so that we can plug our speaker or systems into that. They do have an in-house system, but the speakers that you see here, those are just simple speakers that play the restaurant music. But in terms of events, They don't have an in-house system that would be one that we would access. They have a system that clients can rent if they want to. So it's a mixer, portable speaker, and a microphone. So just down below, so you can see there's stairs here, and right in front of me, and there's the pathway in the river, is the outdoor ceremony space. So we'll go down there in a second. So the Aqua Riva restaurant is right there. Where I just came from is upstairs there. That's the outdoor space we just looked at, which is adjacent to the indoor venue space. So down here is where they have ceremonies. So this space here, this is actually public space, so they have to rent it for their clients. And so usually they say that what people do is the bride will come from one side of the pathway and the groom will come from the other side, and they meet in the middle. And that middle section is usually right about here. And then they'll usually have an archway here, pretty much right in front of that picnic table. And that picnic table is usually moved. And then they do theater seating, which would be right in front of me right now. And then usually they would have, if they have any music, a band, a DJ, they would be set up right in this corner here. And then you can see that the power source is right there. So the DJ would be in this area right here, looking out towards the river, and also towards the theater seating, which is facing out towards the river, and usually there's an arch or something. They've had other cases where they've also had couples wanting to be in front of that tree, and so then they do theater seating kind of surrounding that, so that people over still are looking out at the river, but kind of further down. But in that case, the DJ or music is usually still set up in this area.